Hello, all Aries, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Welcome to your horoscope for this Libra season. Well, as we already know, Libra season is when the sun is in the sign of Libra. And this year, it is there from September 24th to October 24th. During this season, Libra season, there's more attention given to one on one relationships and any significant partnerships. It's also a harvest period in which you gather up whatever is needed to sustain you through the winter. Now, I am going to go into greater detail on how this all works and what energies are available to us and how we can use them effectively during this Libra season in the full moon in Aries video. So make sure to check that out as soon as I drop it. In the meantime, let's go ahead and look at what's going on in these stars in the cosmos for our astrology for this season. We have, of course, the sun in Libra, September 24th to October 24th, a full moon in Aries today, September 24th, a new moon in Virgo as well as Libra. I'll explain that in a separate video where it's happening on October the 8th, however. Mercury is currently in Libra and will be moving into Scorpio on October the 11th. Mars is in Aquarius. Venus is in Scorpio. It will retrograde on October the 6th. Jupiter is in Scorpio. Saturn is in Capricorn. Uranus is in Taurus. It's retrograde. Neptune is in Pisces. It's also retrograde. And Pluto is in Capricorn, retrograde, but it does turn direct October the 1st. So that's what's going on in the stars. Once again, I will go into greater detail in a separate video in the full moon in Aries video. So make sure to go look out for that. Now let's go ahead and get to the intuitive messages I have for you from Haru for this Libra season, Aries, sun, moons, and risings. So up until now, Aries, you have received some major revelations over the past weekend, over the past 6 months, 6 weeks. There's a lot of sixes going on. When I was meditating, 6 just kept popping up, as well as 5, but more so 6. So, revelations abound, especially during this full moon cycle in your sign, Aries. There's been transformation and a lot of sudden changes in your life, which hasn't thrown you off your mark. You are still feeling in control, especially after ending whatever it is in your life that you felt the need to let go of or relinquish. You start this Libra season feeling on top. Like really on top. Your dreams most likely have been very vivid, not in a colorful sense, even though they may have been colorful, but not necessarily that, but more so explanatory and leading you straight to the point, requiring no outside interpretations. It's like you wake up knowing exactly what your higher self and your spirit guides are telling you. Make sure to get proper rest during this Libra season as you are being led the right way and you don't want to miss any messages that are coming through your dreams. And in your wake time, follow your instincts, your first mind. It's not going to lead you astray. You're on point. You're on target. So make sure that you don't doubt yourself or second guess yourself. Make sure that you follow your initial reaction, your initial instinct, your first mind during this season, especially because of how on point things are for you, Aries. You're making a lot of major moves, especially in business and in your work field or field of work. You may have most likely taken on a leadership position, and people are really respecting your authority. They're respecting your ideas and how you want things done. You're learning how to lead effectively with humility and integrity without being a pushover, as well as without being, authoritative and kind of like a tyrant. You're learning that balance especially during this season. Because of your successes, you have been able to be a provider for your family and possibly put others in a position to eat too. It's been a lot going on in, I guess in the comedian world, this discussion on whether or not once you get to a certain position, should you look out for the the smaller man in the situation? Should you look out for the people who, while you were coming up, they somehow played a role in your life? Well, essentially, yes. It's a whatever you give out, you receive back in return. So, if a person gave you so much of this and so much of that, it's very easy to give it back to them. Um, you know, but anyways, we'll get to more of that later on. But essentially you are being put in a position to help other people out who are close to you, your friends and your family. Um, and essentially, this is causing you to be at peace. You're happy. You're very fulfilled during this season. Your cup runneth over and your generosity abounds. You're just feeling really good. You feel certain of your destiny, of your power, and of your virtuous deeds. You know that you're not just doing it to get a pat on the back and for everybody to talk how great you are. You're doing it because you truly doing it from the heart. And that's what makes it even more so powerful is when you do it from the heart instead of doing it for malicious intent or to, do it for a payback because they're going to pay you back. So that's why you're doing it. It's way more powerful how you're doing it right now, Aries, sun, moon, and rising. You're doing it from the heart. And that's what's up. That's why I fucks with y'all. Anyways, a possible challenge to you all this season is making sure your successes don't go to your head. Keep your composure and control over your mind, okay? Stay focused because right now, even though you are in a higher position, this is new territory for you. So now you're actually an apprentice, because you're learning your new tasks, your new responsibilities within this leadership role that you've gained. So make sure that you remember that and that you keep that before you because that will help you become even more victorious and triumphant in the end. People love humble people. It's a difference between being humble and a pushover, as I said before. And you are definitely not that, Aries. Um, so, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And remember that you are learning these new tactics because the old ways of handling situations won't work this time around. So you're, evolving in that sense. Um, there will be plenty of distractions during this season. Plenty. And you may be defensive about your ideas. Just remember that not everyone is going to receive your ideas the same way, but they will receive it. That's the end goal, is that they receive your ideas. No matter how initially they handle it, they might not care for what you're saying or be like, whatever, but they'll come around. So don't feel like you have to force them to come around or be really defensive about what you're bringing or sensitive about what you're bringing. Just know that just bring it, bring it, present it, and it will be accepted in due time. People, you may also be a little bit impatient about receiving something. It could be receiving recognition, receiving praise, receiving money, receiving something. Um, hey, I always say patience is a true virtue, okay? So while you're doing all these virtuous deeds, remember that virtue of being patient, okay, in all things, right? Patience. People also might be more inclined to ask you for things, for money, for something. They're more inclined to ask you because they feel like you got it. So you should be generous with it. You should be giving it out. But always wait, take a pause, and make sure that you don't make decisions purely off of your good intentions. Always make an even exchange, especially during this season. So, whatever you're giving out, there should be some type of exchange coming back to you. And it doesn't have to necessarily be the same exact thing. Like if I give you $5, I expect $5 back. It might be you gave some of your time, you know, um, to someone. if someone called you and really needed you and you came and you spent that time with them. Well, I don't expect money or payment for my time spent with you, but I do expect when I'm in a need, when I need to call somebody and have somebody listen to what I'm going through, I kind of would expect you to be that person to do that for me because I've done it for you. That type of thing. An even exchange of some sort, um, especially during the season. For opportunities that will be presenting themselves during this season for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, there will be plenty of great opportunities. But the most important ones that seem to be coming through for you is to cut people out. Cut people out, cut people out, as well as bad habits that have gotten you nowhere. This is the time to do it. You can easily do it. The opportunities will present themselves. When they do, you will know it, and you need to take those opportunities because you're moving to higher ground and you don't need that little petty shit keeping you down. Okay? Cut it out. You need to cut it. Someone is definitely coming into your life, whether it's someone new or someone who's been there before, but you guys been separated for whatever reason, or maybe you live at a distance from them, or whatever the case may be, you haven't been around this person for a while now. And well, anyways, so there's been a separation, and so you guys coming back together, it's meant to happen for an opportunity to square feelings away, to get clarity on a situation that happened in the past, and to dissolve any hurt feelings or any pain that came from whatever happened in the past. There was something that caused this separation and this distance to develop, and so there's going to be an opportunity for you all to come together and resolve it. You might be a little bit apprehensive about that situation. You're really not looking forward to it, but it has to happen because for whatever reason, there's an alliance that needs to be gained through this. And that alliance is going to be very lucrative for all parties. Not just money wise, but I mean, just all abound, especially emotionally, it's going to be very beneficial to everybody. And it feels like love is returning, and it's here to stay. It had to go through something in order to make sure it was strong in the end. And there's a mutual understanding that will be had between all of you. Wow, that was a big ass truck that just went past. Anyways, that's it. Short, sweet, simple, straight to the point. Love you guys. I always have, always will. Y'all definitely are one of my favorite signs out there. I can't lie. I have a handful. I'm not going to say them, but y'all definitely are part of that group. Love y'all. Keep your head up. And remember, all this victory is beautiful. Victory, victory, victory is what this Libra season is going to be for you. You will have all the victories that you have been looking forward to. And I feel like it's been something that you saw it. I want to say 6 months or 6 years is something like that. You saw it coming. You envisioned it, and now it's here. Feels good. What was 6 months ago? Wasn't that your solar return season? Wasn't that Aries season about 6 months ago? I think so. Let me count. 1, 2, 3. May. Yeah. Well, look at there. Well, think back to your birthday season, March, April. Think back to that time. And if you can remember, hey, I envisioned this, I saw this, and you see it, and now give all praises. Give all praises to the Most High. Congratulate yourself. Pat yourself on the back. You are successful. You are victorious. You are the bomb. And you don't got to worry about shit. Love you, Aries. All right? Love you. Until the next time, keep trailblazing on. Peace.